Okay, so this is the second video testing an airflow meter on an M30 B34 engine. This is a 1988 535i. So I just did a test on an 86 635 CSI E24. That video is posted, so go take a look at those results. The temperature readings on this one are going to be slightly different because it's this car's outside at the moment and it's just a little bit cooler outside. Right now the temperature is reading 57.5 degrees and I'm getting 3,410 ohms. I've just got the wiring to the airflow meter disconnected, and I'm connected to the far left and far right terminals, pins 1 and 4. So it's a super easy test. It'd be cool if you guys, anybody that's seeing this video could basically replicate this test and post their own numbers. It would be interesting to see, what other folks are getting. I've found some documentation on where the results should be. I haven't confirmed that they're at all accurate, so I'm not even going to mention them yet. And basically, I'm just going to take this heat gun and wave it back and forth, and just note what the resistance is on the multimeter. The multimeter is set to up to 20,000 range. So this is reading 3.42. It's actually 3,420 ohms. And here we go. So we're 3390 ohms at 61.3 degrees Fahrenheit. $33.30 ohms, 3,320 ohms at 65.4 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, I know this video is just about as interesting as watching paint dry, but if it's at all helpful or you'd like to see more super boring videos like this, basically just documenting the car, keeping track of repairs, keeping track of sensor readings. You think it might be some useful information for your own ownership and repair down the road, please give a like and subscribe. You'll get notified when I post new videos, and it's a little bit of encouragement for me to bother taking the time, as opposed to just working on the car. Yeah, I know the super high production value of this really sets me back, but okay, so we're at 73.4 degrees, reading 3,180 ohms. I should note that this thermostat is a little thermometer rather is a little laggy. If it takes maybe like as much as a minute for it to update temperature changes or more. I don't know. I do have a really sensitive piece of equipment that I cannot find at the moment. But I do have a super accurate thermometer. I'll probably end up repeating one or both of the tests on one or both of the cars. Once I can locate that digital thermometer, just to sort of like verify and, give a little bit more pinpoint accuracy as to, how the resistance values compare to the temperature readings. So anyway, we're at 76.2 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're reading 3,070 ohms. Just jumped up to 78.8 degrees Fahrenheit. So I can already tell right off the bat I'm getting fairly different numbers on this car than I was on the 635 CSI. Because that one at 74 or so degrees, I was at, which was the baseline, that was just the ambient temperature, I was getting about 2,400 ohms. So here we're reading 81 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're getting around 3,000. So I've heard that the temperature sensor output from the airflow meter doesn't, it's basically just measuring the temperature of fresh air coming in through the system, into the intake. Which at speed should be fairly close to whatever the ambient outside temperature is. Okay, we're at 83.6 degrees, 2,920 ohms. So I think ultimately what I'm gonna do is at some point soon I'm gonna swap over the airflow meter, probably just dismantle the take this elbow over here and the air box out of this car and drop in the one from the 6 series and just get the car started and just see if there's any performance difference. This E28 has a slight misfire. The misfire seems to start about 10 seconds after the car is turned on. So there's a thermotime switch on here controlling the cold start valve to give the engine some extra enrichment. When the engine is cold, which I guess is much more important when at very extremely cold temperatures. Because the E24 had effectively a dead, seized shut cold start valve, and that car never had a problem starting, even down to 10 degrees in New England. But in theory, you could be running this car up in Canada or Alaska or the Alps or whatever, and it could be minus 40 Celsius outside. Okay, so we're at 87.6 degrees and 2,740 ohms. So anyway, I'm a little curious to see if the misfire is at all different or changed by just swapping the airflow meter from the E24 into this E28. See if that has any kind of change. I've refreshed everything in the ignition system as far as wires, cap, rotor, plugs. The only thing I haven't changed is the ignition coil on this E28. But I don't think that's going to really change anything. I was chasing down a little bit of a mystery fuel pressure issue where, both on this car and the E24, after replacing their original fuel pressure regulators with aftermarket, I tried both a Pureberg and a Delphi, and I was only getting 38 psi at idle. Whereas the Bentley book says it should be 40.6 to 46.4 psi at idle. So, I was out of spec too low on both cars, but the E24 doesn't have a misfire. So, on this car I'm chasing, well, what component could it be? Is it a, coolant temperature sensor? Is it, both cars at this point have the same fuel injectors, spark plugs, wires, cap, rotor. Although this car I think is using a Bremmy rotor, whereas on the E24 both the cap and the rotor are both Bosch, if I remember correctly. Shouldn't really matter. So anyway, still have not solved the misfire on this car. I'm getting close to giving up on it. Just living with it. It doesn't affect performance that I can tell. It's more just me obsessing a little bit over trying to get the idle as close to perfect. But at some point you just kind of have to enjoy the suck of driving a 40-year-old car. It's not gonna be like when it just rolled off the production line. That's kind of its charm, right? Okay, we're at 90.1 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're at 2520 ohms. I'm not really sure how much, again, the temperature sensor on this airflow meter affect the fuel mixture. I mean, I would think that the reading off of the coolant temperature sensor and and the O2 sensor are going to be much more important to how the ECU calculates the mixture. I think it would probably be just more important that the resistance change is linear. That the numbers aren't just jumping around. That you're not seeing a situation where the temperature is increasing, but the resistance is also increasing. Like as the temperature increases, the resistance is dropping. So when I'm done with this, I'm going to create like a little graph. I probably won't post it; it'll just be for myself, just to sort of confirm that there is some sort of like direct linear relationship. And I'm sure that there's also a degree of like plus minus, in terms of accuracy for these things. I have no idea what that number would be. Obviously we just hit 2380 ohms, and that's what the 6 series was generating as a resistance number at 74 degrees. So here, if we can at all trust this digital thermometer, we're at almost 20 degrees warmer to achieve the same result. If anybody has input on, not only what their test numbers are, but how much of a plus minus variance and how much can be expected on these things, and then also how much they think it contributes to the fuel mixture. Okay, so we're at 94.2 degrees, 2300 ohms. $96.4 degrees, 2260 ohms. $96.4 degrees and 2,210 ohms. $98.2 degrees Fahrenheit, 2,180 ohms. So almost done. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to get a little notification when I post some more videos on both this car and the E24. I've also got a 2019 7 Series and an E53 manual that I've been working on, 2006 X5. So I haven't really been documenting any of that, and I haven't really dug that deep into the 7 Series because it's a pretty new car. and hasn't really needed much. But at some point, I'll probably have to dig deeper into some scheduled maintenance. As it gets closer to like 100,000 miles or so. And most of the work on the X5 that I've done is all doors related. The doors just, man, like the interior door cards, the window regulators, the interior trim panels, the rear hatch, like they all have kind of like age-related issues. Luckily the engine, transmission, driveline, body has all been like super solid. I did refurbish the entire suspension, pretty much everything but the trailing arm bushings. So that was like a big overhaul. I didn't document any of it just as well. It was basically me just swearing for the entire time. But at some point, maybe I'll drop some videos on that too. Those cars are all getting well past the age where people want to bring them into a shop. Okay, so we're at 98.9 degrees Fahrenheit and 2070 ohms. So just about done. The paint is just about dry. I think a little bit of a challenge on this video versus the other one is we're outside right now and in Northern California, and the coastal breeze has just started to kick up, and the temperature is dropping as the sun drops. So this last degree and a half, I could be out here all damn night. We'll see. We're at 98.6 and 2030 ohms. We're going the wrong direction.